Welcome back to MSG PM. Michelle Gingras. Anson Carter is going to join us in a second, having a little bit of a technical issue right now. But more importantly, joined by former Ranger and fan favorite Colton Orr. It is great having you stop by. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been great. We're at the Masters Garden tonight with the whole Connecticut Whale team cheering on the Rangers. So just a fun evening and just great to be here. We're
going to talk all about that Connecticut Whale team a little bit later on as well. First of all, though, just takeaways from tonight's game. Obviously not the result the Rangers wanted, but overall, what have your impressions been of this team?
Well, you know, they're a super strong team this year, and the way they've been playing has been amazing. You know, the talent they have on this team has been awesome to watch. You know, obviously, they played 3 and 4 nights. It's always tough to come out in a back-to-back, so a little flat, but there was some energy near the end of the game. You saw that push, and yeah, you know they're going to be able to turn it around from there.
Emotional matchups as well, playing both the Capitals, which obviously there's some history there from last season, and then the Penguins on the road and the way they battled that game as well. So I feel like, you know, you always want to get up for every single game, but 3 games in 4 nights, it's a lot.
It's tough. Yeah, it is hard to get up to, and like I said, those back-to-backs can be tough, and you got to find a way to get back into it. You know, they fell a little flat tonight, but I don't think there's too much for concern.
All right, and the good news is Anson Carter is back with us as well, so that's great. You guys will have a chance to catch up, and I know you have some Battle of the Blades. You both participated in that, so I want to ask you about that too. Ace, do you want to take it away? You want to start this one off?
Nope, I'm following your lead.
Okay. All right, so let's start with like your life after hockey. Obviously, you mentioned that you're coaching the Connecticut Whale team now, so you've been doing that since 2019.
Yep.
How did you get involved in that?
So this is my 3rd year coaching the Connecticut Whale, and so actually my next teammate, Paul Mara, was the one who kind of reached out to me and was telling me about the league and telling me that'd be a great opportunity to get involved in. So I took an opportunity to go coach the Whale, and you know, I have had so much fun doing it and really enjoyed my time with them. And you know, this season's been super exciting. We're 2nd place in the standings right now. We're on an 8-0 run on our last 8 games, and we just got a really good group of players that are really kind of committed to this team, to the league. We just continue to grow and have fun doing it as well.
Was this your first, like, I guess, soiree into coaching, or have you coached before this, or is this the first team you've been?
No, this is really my first experience coaching.
Wow.
So, you know, we're all kind of growing together as a team, as a league, and it's been a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying it. And I think, you know, the players make it fun, make it enjoyable to go to the rink and coach them every day.
Absolutely.
Orzie, I have to ask you, now that you're coaching the women, the PHF, your daughter Charlotte playing hockey, do you think you'll ever end up coaching her?
Oh, you know, it's so funny, Anson. We were just talking about this with my wife Sabrina, and you know, it's harder to coach my own child. I get a little bit hard on her, so you know, I'm the soccer dad, you know, up and down the sidelines trying to tell her what to do. You know, so I get to be a little bit of a crazy hockey dad, crazy soccer dad, so I got to scale it back sometimes.
So you've been coaching the Connecticut Whale now since 2019, and I know this team, you know, you just mentioned a ton of great things about these girls. What's impressed you most about them as your head coach, and also just their dedication to the game and growing the game?
And they're so tough, not only on the ice and the way they play physically and how hard they play, but off the ice as well. A lot of these players have full-time jobs, so they have to balance that. And, you know, as a coach, I ask a lot out of them, and as a staff, we ask a lot, you know, for them to compete and train and work hard. They're professional hockey players, so to be able to balance that and to mentally be able to do the, you know, work and play hockey and compete as hard as I do is absolutely amazing to watch. And that's why it's so much fun to be a part of, because how hard they work and how dedicated they are is just amazing.
Have you seen the game just grow even in the few years that you've been a head coach?
Oh, it's grown tremendously. You know, just looking at the league right now, and the Board of Governors of the PHF just invested $25 million over the next 3 years.
Wow.
The salary cap's going to jump up to $750,000 next year. It just continues to grow every year. So it's really been like great to watch and how popular it's getting. And you know, like I said, my daughter's 9. And she's a huge fan of the game, and it gives her something to look up to and possibly be one day. Yeah,
absolutely. I want to go back to the Connecticut Whale in a second, but I do have to ask you about the fact that you guys both battled on Battle of the Blades. I think it was at different times, though. What was that experience like for you, and how does I guess, training to be a hockey player compared to being in shape as a figure skater?
It doesn't compare at all, and I'll tell you, I'll never put the figure skates back on. Those toe picks were probably the scariest things I've ever seen in my life.
What?
You know, I go up against some of the biggest men in hockey, but those toe picks, yeah, those are terrifying.
Oh, wow. That's great. Did you like, what was the adjustment like for you to just try to learn how to handle skating with someone else, a partner, all of that?
Yeah,
like,
to try and stand up. The blades are so different. Everything about it, you know, lifting people over your head. Yeah, absolutely scary, terrifying experience. So I'll stick to my hockey.
Ace also had an experience as well. Anson, what was your experience like?
I could second that. You'll never, ever see me put on those figure skates again, Michelle, because the toe picks, that's a real fear. And when you're playing, you forget how hard the ice is because you're wearing all this gear and equipment. And when you're out there figure skating, it's just you, your partner, and you've got no gear on. So the first time I hit the ice with my hands and my knees, I was like, oh, mama. I could not wait to get off that ice. It was so challenging. And I was nervous. I think I was more nervous figure skating in front of like 3,000 to 5,000 people because that Battle of the Blade show, believe it or not, was the second biggest show in Canada behind Hockey Night in Canada on Saturday night. That's how big it was. So you knew not only were your friends and family watching, but you had all these hockey fans out there tuning in to see if you're going to fall on your face. Thankfully, I didn't, though.
Yeah, good stuff. How far did you go in that, by the way?
Came third or fourth, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Stuck around. Yeah.
Yeah, not too bad. Okay, so Valley told a really funny story at the end of the post-game show that I just want to touch on quickly with you. And that was that when you were in the league, there were some calls in that maybe you had put a plate in your hand at some point because you were knocking everybody out. Tell me your side of that story.
Yeah, it was just a crazy time. I was playing against the Islanders, and one of the guys was literally saying to the ref, like, I'm not going to fight him. Like, he's got plates in his hands. He's, you know, he's going to hurt somebody. He shouldn't be in the league, all this kind of stuff. And I thought nothing of it. I thought, okay, yeah, he's just, you know, just making things up. We get a call from the league going, hey, we got to look at your hand. We got to get x-rays. And so, yeah, of course, I took the x-ray and I gave the middle finger. You know, my hands are all messed up and I don't have plates in my hand. But the best part about it was Valaket, he wanted the actual x-ray for his basement, so I signed him a picture that said, when the myth becomes a legend, and then he put that down in his basement, and it was actually pretty crazy. So it's one of those stories that just gets getting told over and over again.
Yeah, but
that's pretty amazing.
It's incredible that happened, and I know you had a tasteful, like you mentioned, the way that you decided to show the x-ray and stuff, but yeah, no, that's great stuff.
Horsey, as a heads up, too, Michelle has plates in her hands, too, so better make sure you act right there in the studio because she's been known to throw some hands and knock people out, too. Oh,
yeah, I know to be careful now. We were scrimmaging, too, with the players yesterday, and I put my gear on, and I was careful out there, too. Yeah, my plates don't work anymore.
You mentioned that the whole Connecticut Whale team was here tonight. Obviously, we're going to get a chance to talk with Kennedy soon. Can you give me a quick scouting report on her?
Oh, Kennedy's been a great addition to our team. Not only is she an awesome person in the dressing room and a leader, but she's just brought an offense to our team that's been huge. You know, she's like second in the league in scoring. She brings a calming presence to our team, and has really been a huge boost for us. And happy to have her. And our team's just been playing so well as late. We've got a lot of depth to our roster. We've got good goaltending. So we've got a really solid team this year, and it's been a lot of fun. We just had an awesome night here tonight. We haven't played in a little bit, so to get away and have a team night together was just what we needed right now to get back to our schedule here soon. All
right, so we're going to play a quick rapid fire with you, all right? Go as quickly as we can here. You played for 3 original 6 teams. Do you still have jerseys from each team?
I've got all 3 of them. I got 2 of them here in New York with myself, and then my dad has my only Boston Bruins jersey that I have, and he won't give it up. So I kind of have all 3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, he takes a lot of pride in that. Yep. Okay. Your official Twitter handler is Enforcer. Are you still ready to drop the gloves? Which you just told me maybe you are, maybe not. The plates.
Yeah, the gloves stay on for now on. Yeah, no more dropping the gloves.
Okay. Who was the toughest player you went up against?
Donald Brashear. He played here at the Rangers, but yeah, he was always the one I didn't like. Big lefty, was built like a linebacker. Always had a hard time with him.
Most memorable on-ice confrontation? You had 113 NHL fights.
I think Brian McGrattan, fighting him all the time, fought him like 6 or 7 times, but it was the same fight every time. But I think the craziest one was when he texted me before the game and told me he had a new move that he was going to try out in the fight. And we went toe-to-toe, the same fight we always have, and I ended up breaking his nose and putting it across his face.
Goodness.
But he texted me after the game and was like, I was asking where his new move was, and he said, obviously getting my nose smashed across my face. So I think that one stuck in my head for sure.
That's great. All right, on that note, we are going to end it. Colton, thanks so much for taking the time. It was so great to catch up with you. When we come back, we're going to hear from Kennedy Marchment of the Connecticut Whale. Lots more coming up. Make sure you stay with us right here on MSG PM.